If you have something that tells a story about Singapore, you can share it through an online platform starting Sunday. Your blast from the past contributions could come in the form of videos, images or audio clips. The Singapore Memories portal is an effort by the National Library Board to enrich documentation and heritage, as well as inspire storytellers. This was announced at a ceremony that recognized 85 people who had donated over 5,700 historical items, some from the Second World War and as far back as the 19th century. The contributions were made to the National Library and National Archives of Singapore over the period of about a year starting April 2022. The board says these collections go a long way to deepen appreciation of the country's heritage. It adds the new platform, as well as the use of AI, will enable people to contribute, access and share stories about Singapore.
We all have a part to play to be Singapore storytellers. We have to help ensure that our history and heritage is not forgotten and that future generations know what it took for us to become the shining red dot that we proudly call home.
And for more, we are joined now in the studio by Alicia Yeo. She's director of the National Library, and Som Said. She's donor of items that showcase the history of Sri Warisan Som Said performing arts over the years. Good evening to both of you, and thank you, ladies, for coming in this evening. Ms. Yeo, let's begin the conversation with you. A wonderful haul of heritage items there we saw in that clip. The Singapore Memory Project has been going since the year 2011. Tell us something about the richness that it has amassed over those years.
Yes, indeed. Through those years, we have now over more than 1 million memories in forms of text and audio and images. And they come from individuals as well as organizations. It ranged from tributes for the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew and for the late President S.R. Nazin. So yes, indeed, it's been a journey.
All right, Madam Som Said, you are the founder of the Sri Warisan Som Said Performing Arts, founded in 1997 by no less than you yourself. Yes. Right, and you have contributed items. Of course, in dance itself, that's a contribution. But in terms of actual artifacts, you have also, we hear, very recently donated some. Tell us something about that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, Sri Warisan Som Said Performing Arts is so privileged to be donating and contributing to this good cause. And we have 300 items donated to National Library Board. And the items are, you know, the writings about Malay dance, about the books, about Sri Warisan Productions, program books and many other items since my day one of dancing. So this year I'm celebrating my 58 years, and there goes the donation to National Library Board for a good cause.
Som Said, how did you make the decision to donate these items specifically to the National Library Board? Why not donate to somebody else, artists and so on?
A good question indeed. It is very personalized to me. You know, normally I will not want to part from my beautiful, what do you call it, personal belonging, especially dance, you know, the writings, the books, the history, anything that I just write, you know. So it's like very difficult. But then I think this program, donating it to National Library Board, I can reach out to more people. Why am I doing this all this while? I want to reach out to the community, to researchers, to students. So I think this is a good place. National Library Board is a national library, you know. So if I keep it in my boxes, hundreds of boxes, I don't know how I can maintain it, how I can keep it well. So to the National Library Board, definitely, I see it just now, it is in good hands.
All right, Ms. Yeo, let's pick up Madam Som Said talking about reaching out. Now, this new online portal, in a way, it's opening up the other way. So instead of reaching out, you are drawing in, and you're opening up the channels in which you could draw in more resources. Is this going to be hard to manage? So, for example, you do have to curate, you do have to process, and then you have to, in a way, in my simple mind, regenerate so that it becomes something that people can access online.
With the wonders of technology, actually, we've come a long way so that we can actually create this brand new crowdsourcing online portal and make it much easier to actually upload. And recognizing that some of our lives are lived quite digitally these days, so you can even donate in new formats, like even your own social media accounts. Soundscapes that you can record on your phone, audio clips, video clips, and it's easy enough to upload at just one click of a button. And then straight away, you can even see straight away what you have contributed and what others have been contributing to the portal as well. So it's quite live, and it's a way in which any time of day you can contribute. But that said, we still value donors like Madam Som because our heritage stretches really a long way, and it's good to, as our librarians curate these materials, we can actually tell back the stories in a larger context to the rest of Singapore and the world. And I think that's what they really value, that we add that layer of research. And of course, we happily preserve and conserve your materials and make them accessible to anyone. Yeah.
Can we expect this sort of continued push towards digital memory collection? And does it sort of synergize even with the collection of physical items like the kind donation from Madam Som Said?
Yes, it does. So it's both that come hand in hand. Just like TV, radio, and everything comes hand to hand these days. So we recognize this is the multiple facets of our lives these days, and we're still human, we're still physical people.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, and I think we value those items as artifacts even more, knowing that they have been passed down from generation to generation and say something about our shared lived Singapore experience.
All right, the shared lived Singapore experience. Madam Som, your company, 26 years, and I was looking at it online. It is described as a pivotal part of the Malay dance scene. So when you contribute items from it, as you mentioned, for example, writings about Malay dance or perhaps production programs for when you head performances, how do these help all Singaporeans, not just ethnic Malays, understand what part this plays in what we are today?
Yeah, interesting. We are living in a multi-racial society, and Malay dance is not just for Malay people. You know, we have Chinese, Indian, and non-Malays to learn and understand what is Malay dance. And we work very closely with other components too. So, for instance, we have a multi-ethnic dance. So, the contribution is not just about Malay dance, but also multi-ethnic dance that we have been putting together since our national dance company's time in 1970s. So 26 years is for Sri Warisan in the industry as a professional company, but my dance goes back since 1970s with the National Dance Company. So it will reach out to all kind of multi-ethnic people in Singapore.
An important and very treasured resource for future generations. Madam Som, thank you very much. And also, Ms. Yeo, thank you very much for coming in this evening and talking to us about
You're welcome.
these kind of donations.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've been speaking there to Alicia Yeo from the National Library and donor, Madam Som Said.